Welcome to the DOXBYWOOD podcast. Shout out Yatka, Mongolian throat singer. Banger albums. Listen to Charash Kara. Bopper.
Good luck spelling that one.
CHARASHKARA. Charash Kara by YAT-KA. Yatka. Shout out Mongolia. So, recently you got into a new band.
We're not talking about Diva Bleach.
Yes, we
Why
are.
do we have to talk about Diva Bleach?
Because you got into them, and this is a podcast where we talk about shit. And I'm a musician. We never get to talk about music.
I don't know. I mean, Diva Bleach, it's a good pop punk, power pop duo, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
There's two women who do it. I think it's good music, and as a matter of fact, we looked into it. Their label is where? It's not too far from us.
It's in Ohio. I forget where I said in Ohio, like Fremont or some shit in Ohio.
We want to do a music video for you, Diva Bleach. Seriously. I do. I don't know about Vigo.
I really dig the fact that their vocalist
Vigo.
looks like if 2007 threw up on Anya Taylor-Joy.
Their vocalists look... What?
Looks like if 2007 threw up on Anya Taylor-Joy.
Yeah, I guess she kind of does look like Anya
Yeah,
Taylor-Joy.
she does.
I don't know.
She's got rainbow hair and tattoos.
That's not Anya Taylor-Joy.
No, that's 2007. If they ran into each other really fast, you get Diva Bleach.
Diva Bleach, I don't know. I screw with it, but like...
You screw with it.
But I find it catchy. I don't know.
Yeah, I did
I like
notice that you told me about the band, and the next time I saw you, your hairline was being restored to your emo hair. It was horrifying. I had to turn on a Lex fucking Friedman podcast. I said Friedman. Why? I keep fucking up, and I don't know why. I've got a brain tumor. What's his goddamn name?
Lex Friedman.
Is it Friedman?
Yeah.
I don't know why when I said fucking Lex Friedman, I thought I was getting fucked up with Adam Friedland from Cumtown. But anyway.
You might as well be listening to Ben Stein say, Bueller, 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 for an entire hour. I think that Lex Friedman is the most boring podcaster.
I want to give Lex Friedman a Percocet, just see what happens.
I want to give Lex
Hit me
Friedman
up.
bath salts.
I don't want to see him eat Joe Rogan's face.
That would be the greatest piece of internet
Did
history
you see
in
the
the
weird
history of the internet.
Lex Friedman cake?
Lex Friedman cake?
Yeah, it was a
No.
cake of his head.
No.
Yeah, it was really weird.
They made a cake of Lex Friedman's head.
Yeah.
Well, was there anything in it at all? Just empty space? I can't say that. Lex Friedman's pretty smart.
He's a computer scientist. Fucking thank God that, Ted Kaczynski's not still around. He'd be fucked.
I also can't talk that much shit about Lex Friedman. I do listen to his podcasts every now and then, depending on who he has on. Oh.
Yeah, there's Joe Rogan with a cake of Lex Friedman's head. And he's there with a guy who looks like a gay mechanic.
Why does Lex Friedman just look like G-Man?
Because he is fucking G-Man. So, I was thinking recently, and we've talked a lot in our almost decade of friendship. We have talked a lot. And we've talked about music and film and media and politics. But we've never actually sat down and talked about our opinions on perfect albums. And we do have similar yet vastly different music tastes. So I thought it'd be fun for the podcast if we talked about some albums that we think are perfect albums, start to finish. And we can even talk about some musicians that you think have untouchable reputation. I'll start it off.
That's a complex. No, actually, I think I'm a big Portishead fan, obviously.
That I do know.
Yeah.
Sex music for you.
Portishead is awesome sex music. Portishead, yeah, I could listen to their 3 albums all the way through. But their first one, which is just, I think it's just called Portishead. I'm looking this up right now because I don't want to. Oh, no, Dummy. Yeah, Dummy's the first. I think Dummy by Portishead is a perfect album.
I'll start it off with Death Consciousness by Have a Nice Life. It's my favorite album ever made, and I think it's perfect start to finish. I think it is arguably the best album ever made. I've got a giant canvas poster of the record. I've got stickers and shirts, and it's that album kind of like made me think that's a perfect album.
Different genre. What about In Love and Death by The Used? Back in the day. Talk about an album that made me. I would say that's an album that made me.
In the same like scene difference side of the spectrum, because I'm not a big Used guy. You are. You've got a Used tapestry in your bedroom. Doppelganger, Fall of Troy. I think that's a perfect album.
I was never that big into Fall of Troy. I
would
listen to the album, don't get me wrong.
I liked the progressive nature of the record. Another perfect album in my opinion. Get Rich or Die Trying, 50 Cent.
That's a good one.
That is a good one. He had 2 really good records. The Massacre, I think, is almost perfect.
What about my favorite album of all time? Chocolate Starfish
no.
and the hot dog flavored water.
No.
That's actually it's not perfect. I'm not.
No, Fred Durst Zone.
That's a pretty good album.
I hate to say this. I think my favorite Limp Bizkit album is Results May Vary.
Well,
and that's because I can't think of more than one song off of the Limp Bizkit album, and their cover of Behind Blue Eyes was on Results May Vary. No one knows what it's like.
One of my least favorite Limp Bizkit songs.
To be hated. Well, that's because you like Limp Bizkit. I do not.
Yeah.
I do not. Mongrel, Think I Care. That's a perfect album. Start to finish, just like heavy hitting, like break your neighbor's nose music.
Honestly, dude, Marshall Mathers LP.
Not a big Eminem guy, but I can see it.
Yeah.
Absolute Kublai Khan, Texas. That's another perfect album of break your neighbor's nose music.
What about
Minor Threat discography? I think is cheating, but that's perfect as well.
What about okay, in historical context, I will say the White Album by the Beatles. Mm-hmm. But my personal favorite is Magical Mystery Tour, which I can listen to all the way through, start to finish. However, White Album, I can't.
You've known me long enough to know I hate the Beatles.
Yeah, I don't understand why.
It's just not for me, I don't think. You know, and
Dark Side of the Moon, I think, is perfect, man. Pink Floyd.
That's like I think that's like a ubiquitous thing. Like, I think most people would consider that a perfect album.
Yeah, but most people would consider, well, I don't know. What about, I like The Wall a lot, but I really don't care to listen to The Wall without watching the movie, with it. It's like I prefer the movie over just listening to the album.
Yeah. In the Aeroplane Over the Sea, Neutral Milk Hotel.
I don't know them, dude.
Fucking, that album might be about Anne Frank, but it's a perfect album.
Tales from Topographic Oceans by Yes.
See, you're a big prog guy.
Yeah.
I can respect Yes more than I could Rush.
I don't care about Rush at all.
No, but I feel like Yes and Rush were like the two first big prog acts that got a lot of traction. Like you saying that
To the main... Yeah, I mean, I guess, maybe.
like that's better than saying like Moving Pictures by Rush. Because both of them are prog bands that are known for great bassists, but the difference is Geddy Lee's voice fucking blows cock.
Yeah, I agree with you. Limelight is the only song by Rush I like at all.
Crowbar by Crowbar.
That's it. Yeah, I've listened to that whole album. That is a good one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's a perfect album.
I like Crowbar a lot.
I'm a huge Crowbar fan, big inspiration of mine. I have Crowbar lyrics tattooed across my upper chest. I would say Oddfellows Rest is also, though it is their most popular album, I'd say it's a perfect album.
I would say Houses of the Holy by Led Zeppelin, which came after Led Zeppelin 4.
I was gonna say I thought
that was their fifth
right
album.
after 4,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah. That's my favorite Led Zeppelin album. And I do like Led Zeppelin 4 a lot, but I just happen to prefer Houses of the Holy. What about different era, but and I know you're going to disagree with me on this, but Pyromania and Hysteria by Def Leppard. I consider both of those to be perfect.
You gotta talk to my girlfriend about Def Leppard. That's definitely not my scene. Diamonds to Dust.
Hysteria was like me and I won't say his name on the podcast, but me and our redneck homie used to blast Def Leppard on our way to strip clubs and back when we were in college.
That sounds like you. Diamonds.
That was awesome.
Diamonds to Dust, Girth Licks. I think that's a perfect album.
No, you keep naming albums that I've never heard, man.
Sorry.
I know you're more hipster than I am.
Okay. War Elephant, Deer Tick. Deer Tick's one of my favorite bands of all time.
Deer Tick's good. I don't know that album, but Deer
I've
Tick's
seen
good.
Deer Tick twice live, both times on 9/11. And the second time that I saw them was at the Hi-Fi in Indianapolis. First time I saw them was at the annex of the Hi-Fi. Shout out the Hi-Fi. Best music venue in the state, in my opinion. And it was my 15-year-old sister's first concert. She had never been to one, and I got her into Deer Tick, so she went with me, and we were literally my balls were right in front of the monitors on stage. That's how close we were. And I had some back and forth banter with John McCauley, and I got to fist bump the guy, and that was a life-changing religious experience for me. Shout out John McCauley. Quick side note, fun fact, if you Google John McCauley, despite being, the front man of Deer Tick, a band that's had songs on TV shows and all that shit, and he toured with Nirvana when they did the reunion tour. He's credited as being Vanessa Carlton's husband when you Google him.
Why?
I don't know. That's what he's credited as. Not American musician like you would see if you Googled anyone else. It's
Never mind. I'm not that big. I like Nirvana. Nevermind might actually be oh, wow.
Yeah.
You're not wrong about that.
No.
Nevermind might be a perfect album.
You know what? We both have a Nirvana album. Mine's not Nevermind.
What's yours? In Utero?
Bleach.
Oh, Bleach.
Their first studio album.
Which one was In Utero?
In Utero was Heart-Shaped Box.
That was okay.
That's their last album. That's one that a lot of people think is a perfect album, but For me, it's Bleach just because I like the raw punky nature more than like the like refined grunge sound in Nevermind, and then like the almost slow performances on In Utero.
Dude, Lateralis. Lateralis by Tool, man.
Yeah. 10,000 Days.
We're not even thinking about
10,000 Days by Tool.
Oh, I don't mess with 10,000 Days.
I think that both Lateralis and 10,000 Days is perfect.
I like 10,000 Days, but it's Tool being too Tool for me, if that makes sense.
Well,
I think Lateralis had the perfect balance. What was their most recent album?
Oh, that shitter. Yeah. Not a good album.
I don't remember what it was called, but 10,000 Days was
Inoculum or whatever.
Something like that, but 10,000 Days was one step away from that for me. 10,000 Days to me was an artist slowly showing the signs of disappearing up their own ass so far that their art isn't even enjoyable anymore.
I disagree.
Lateralis to me was the perfect balance.
I feel like 10,000 Days is more accessible. But the reason I think it's a perfect album is because I have a deep connection with the songs on that album.
I like Rosetta Stone a lot.
Yeah, Rosetta Stone.
But that's the only one on that album I even listened to.
That's like, as a bassist, that album was big for me because like those are like the first Tool bass lines I really learned. You know, so,
I can see that. Yeah.
As a bassist,
I had a bassist friend in college, and that was an album he listened to a lot. It was 10,000 Days.
I feel like it has the best Tool bass lines of any other album. I think that 10,000 Days.
It probably does. Which album was the Pot on?
I think
was that 10,000 Days? Yeah. That one's pretty good.
I play the Pot a lot, and 46 and 2.
What about Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness by the Smashing Pumpkins? That's one of my favorite albums.
I've never listened to it in full.
You should. That is an amazing, amazing album. I love that album. Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness by the Smashing Pumpkins.
I fucked up there when I said 46 and 2. I meant to say right and 2.
What's 46 and 2? Because I thought that was right.
46 and 2 is not... That's on...
well, that's a Tool song, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's on Anima.
Yeah.
But the one on 10,000 Days that I was talking about the bass line of is Right in 2, which it's a good one. 46 and 2 is also great, even though it's a little ubiquitous. I would go as far to say as Anima is really good for the most part.
Yeah.
Fucking shit. I'm having a moment here. Hold on a second, let me find it. I can't remember the name.
Follow the Leader by Korn.
I hate nu metal. I hate to say it.
Actually, I don't know if I'd say that album's perfect, but that is a pretty good album.
But in the same vein, though, I will say that Toxicity by System of a Down is a perfect record.
Yeah, that is a good one. I don't think you can say you hate nu metal if you like System of a Down.
I don't like to call them nu metal because I don't feel like they have as much of a hip-hop influence as every other nu metal band. Same reason I wouldn't call Deftones nu metal. Their first album, maybe proto nu metal.
Their first album's good.
Yeah.
Their first album is good.
I would say...
They've got some bangers.
Speaking of like rap rock and nu metal...
the Swan Song. Hollywood Undead.
You know what, honestly?
Yeah.
Honestly, that is...
I'd go with it.
There's not a song on that album I don't like.
I'd go with it.
That was my childhood. I had... I bought... So, like, I listened to it...
but do we like it because we think it's great or guilty pleasure? I would say guilty pleasure.
No, I don't want to say guilty pleasure because I feel like that would be downplaying it genuinely.
Because, I don't think they're good enough for me to call them great.
But that album, man, like, we're not sitting here talking about the greatness of the musician. We're talking about the greatness of the album. by our
That's what I'm
enjoyment
saying.
level.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I don't enjoy that album ironically. Now I enjoy it with nostalgia, but the first time I heard it, that shit was hard as fuck.
Yeah.
I actually bought the CD copy that came with the replica of Charlie Sheen's bandana.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I used to wear that to school. I was 7th grade, dude, rocking the Charlie Sheen bandana.
Charlie Sheen's still in the band, right?
Yeah, I think. I don't know.
I hope.
I haven't cared about them since Coming in Hot came out.
I haven't cared about them since Swan Song.
Yeah.
But Charlie Sheen was my favorite.
On the subject of rap rock, a band that I really love, especially when I was a kid learning to play their bass lines, Rage Against the Machine's self-titled album. Not only do I believe it's the only good Rage Against the Machine album, I think it's a perfect album.
See, I've never cared enough for Rage Against the Machine to listen to a full album.
Dude, listen to the entirety of their first record, especially on Know Your Enemy when they bring out Maynard from Tool. Hard.
No, I know that song. I listened to that song specifically because it had him in it. There's some Deftones song with Maynard in it.
Passenger.
That's about car sex.
Yeah, Passenger.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, Maynard he kills a feature when he gets it.
Mm-hmm. You know, that's one thing that I kind of feel that way about Kanye West is he only has bars when he's in somebody else's song.
I feel that way about 2 Chainz. But I enjoy 2 Chainz. Like, I'm sorry, there's something hilarious about Dos Cadenas, clothes of genus, sold out arenas, you can suck my penis. That shit's hard.
Those are bars.
Yeah, dude. Those are bars that'll put you behind bars if you're anybody but 2 Chainz. Hard to Count, Middle Brother by Middle Brother, a super group that put out one album with John McCauley of Deer Tick, the dude from Dawes, and the dude from Delta Spirit.
Pinkerton by Weezer.
Pinkerton is the only good Weezer album.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Back to System of a Down for a second. I don't like calling them nu metal. They do not have near as much hip-hop influence as other nu metal bands.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I think they're their own genre.
But I don't think that all nu metal bands necessarily take influence or have to take influence. I think that you can still be nu metal and take influence from either reggae or funk. And I would say System of a Down takes influence from reggae.
I think they take influence from a little bit of everything.
Well, they do.
That's why I don't like pinning them down as nu metal. But, maybe society does, so I would say they're
I also, don't prefer to listen to them more than, Korn, you know what I mean? So maybe I like nu metal more than you do. Well, I know I do, but...
Yeah. I would say that if they're nu metal, and people also call Deftones nu metal, I disagree with that, but I would consider those two to be the only nu metal bands I really actually like. My girlfriend, she's into hair, glam, and nu metal. Those are her territories, and it's just not for me. She doesn't like
all of those.
She listens to the divorced dad music. She's in there listening to "Cold" by Crossfade.
Oh no!
Dude,
no.
She'll be in there listening to 3 Days Grace while doing the dishes. Dude, you wake up hungover, your girlfriend's in there washing the pots and pans. You just hear, "If only you could see the darker side of me, you'll never take the animal I have become." But
have you listened to Linkin Park's new vocalist?
Oh yeah, that Scientologist freak bitch.
She's a Scientologist?
Yeah, she's a freak bitch. She's fucked up.
I didn't know she was a Scientologist. But
she's a kooky broad.
Well, whatever. I didn't know she was a Scientologist, but she has got some pipes on her, bro.
She's also an apologist
for
Scientology. Like, she's like not one of the Scientologists. They're like, oh yeah, some weird stuff's happened, but
She's an apologist for Scientologists.
yeah, she's like, oh yeah. From what I heard, she's like, oh no, we never killed anybody. Nothing weird goes on. But fucking freak bitch. But
well, I'm sorry to hear that, but I think she's got a fantastic voice.
System of a Down, one of my favorite things is like the fact that it's the perfect mixture of political sentiment and gibberish. And I think that Surge's fucking vocal performances are fucking hilarious sometimes, and it makes me like the band more. Because there's nothing better than in a song as political as Deer Dance, and he's just all like, can't afford to be neutral on a moving train. Like, that shit just fucking, I love it. I don't know. System's hard. For that era, you know, playing a little bit of that ATV game on the PS2. Chop Suey's playing, you know. Wake up. Grab a bush and put a little makeup.
Have you seen the video that's just him saying table over and over again?
Yeah.
That's old news, but
Table.
Table.
Yeah. He got pinned down to the table, similarly to James Hetfield from Lulu with Lou Reed, which I'm going to take a minute and say this. This is a controversial hot take. Fuck Lou Reed. Like, the Velvet Underground has one good fucking song, and everybody acts like he's some sort of rock god. But he's like, I am the view. I am the table. Shit's so fucking stupid.
I am the view. I am the table. Okay, tell it to Whoopi Goldberg.
The table.
She can slam her hands on you while she complains about irrational nonsense.
James Hetfield is the table on the view. I don't fucking buy it. Nice fucking try, James Hetfield.
They should bring in James Hetfield to be a guest on The View. They should bring in us to be guests on The View.
Yeah, I agree. I think Railroad Man.
Hey, The View, you should have us on your show, seriously. If you happen to hear this somehow, it would be the highest rated episode you guys would ever have.
Railroad Man by Hank Snow. Perfect album as well. Fuck it. This is my formal invitation to Rachel Maddow to the podcast, alongside all of the ladies from The View. I want you to emasculate me like you emasculated Norm Macdonald.
I feel like if the ladies from The View ever came over to my place, I would want them to leave as soon as possible.
I feel like if the ladies came over to from The View and came over to your house, you'd want me to leave as soon as possible. You'd be in here getting your fucking Goldberg whoopied.
You know she's got that. She's got that whoopee cushion.
She's got to get that boom, boom, boom. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Give it a monkey bone.
God's Country by Chat Pile. Perfect album. Another perfect album, which you might agree with me, you might not. The Big Dream. David Lynch.
Yeah, that one is a perfect album. I would also say Silent Hill 3 OST by Akira Yamaoka. I mean, I would. That's a good one.
Yeah. I would say I agree with you on that one.
As far as video game soundtracks, I can't really think of one that I prefer.
Here's another perfect album. I have it tattooed above my fucking eyebrow. Fear Fun, Father John Misty.
Father John Misty's good.
I would also go as far to say Dog Whistle by Show Me the Body. Show Me the Body is one of my favorite bands. Logo's tattooed on my fucking face. Love Show Me the Body. I don't think they've ever put out a bad record, but I would say that Dog Whistle is my favorite record.
The first 3 Black Sabbath albums.
Dude, every time I listen to Sabbath, it just takes me back to being 13 and trying to learn how to play NIB.
The Bees Made Honey in the Lion's Skull by Earth.
Yep. Yeah. No, I agree with you wholeheartedly there.
Yeah.
That's a fucking perfect album.
I've listened to that one all the way through a few times.
That
Me and Ronnie used to chill out, listen to that music.
Fucking, that album will make you feel like Moss.
That album makes me feel like a hoss.
Leviathan by Mastodon. It's a perfect album.
Dude, Dope Smoker.
Yeah.
Dope Throne by Electric Wizard.
Yeah. That's near perfect. I would consider Dope Smoker perfect.
Dope Throne is the name of that album, right?
I do believe so, yeah.
Electric Wizard.
Yeah. Was it Electric Wizard that did Legalize Drugs and Murder?
Yeah.
Fucking, dude, I love that shit.
Legalize Drugs and Murder. Yeah.
That's so fucking hard, dude.
Electric Wizard, Dope Throne, yeah, by Electric Wizard. Yeah, that was what it was called.
Yeah. Legalize drugs and murder. Fucking what's the name of that album? ST by Joyce Manor. I think that Joyce Manor is probably one of the best modern punk acts. Even if Constant Headache's a bit of a cuck anthem, that album's perfect. I find myself listening to Leather Jacket on loop for like 2 hours straight. Fucking what's that album? Hold on a minute. Bay Faction's self-titled album from 2015 is near perfect.
Bay Faction. I don't know Bay Faction.
I think that Pilot, Opportunities, and You'll Be Fine by Hot Mulligan are all perfect albums.
Hot Mulligan is a good one, but that's another one that, I just don't listen to enough to know the albums in and out.
Shed and Floral Green are both perfect albums by Title Fight. I'm a huge Title Fight fan.
I'm at the point where I've got to scroll my playlist.
You ready? You ready for one that you'll probably disagree with? That's going to make me look very lame and dated.
Yes.
3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge is a perfect album.
No, that's a good one. I do like 3 Cheers for
It's better
Sweet
than
Revenge.
The Black Parade. And I'll die on that fucking hill. The Black Parade's good. 3 Cheers is better.
The Black Parade, I mean, as far as personal taste, I would agree with you, but the Black Parade is like Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band for emo people,
Yeah. What's that? Lost in the Alps by Phoebe Bridgers is a perfect record. The Underdark, the 2005 record by Funeral Diner, is fucking perfect.
Punk Goes Pop Volume 4.
Laurel Park self-titled is perfect. Punk Goes Pop Volume... What was on Volume 4?
I don't know. Hang on.
Oh, no. That had the Tonight Alive Little Lion Man. Oh, God.
Which one am I thinking of? Hang on. Volume 3 is the one that I like.
No, I do like Chunk No Captain Chunks. We Are Who We Are. I'll say that much.
Kesha's first album kind of bangs.
That's just because you bang Kesha. You know what? I'm gonna fucking... I'm gonna say it. I have to remember the name of the goddamn album.
Under Lock and Key by Dokken. The Tooth and Nail by Dokken. Skid Row by Skid Row.
Skid Row by Skid Row.
Yeah, I'm back on the 80s hair metal shit.
What's that Skid Row song everybody knows? Is it 20,
Which one?
21 in Life?
18 in Life?
18 in Life, that's it, yeah.
Yeah, 18 in Life together. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Shout out to every hair metal band that didn't burn a bunch of people to death. Big ups, Great White.
Agents of Fortune by Blue Oyster Cult.
What did that have on it?
It had Don't Fear the Reaper, but...
Does that also have I'm Burning for You on it? I'm burning for you. That song.
No, Burning for You is on Fire of Unknown Origin.
Is it? Okay.
They're still putting out albums. I still think they're a solid band.
How could I forget? Baby, Born Without Bones is one of my favorite albums of all time. I think that's perfect start to finish. I think that's one of the most underrated bands ever.
Nocturnal, the Black Dahlia Murder.
Rest in peace, Trevor Sternad.
That was an epic album.
It took me years to figure out how to pronounce that. Trevor Sternad, he was a very talented vocalist.
Yeah.
For what it's worth.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of albums from that era of music that I would really consider to be perfect, really.
Nocturnal is really one of the only albums of that genre.
Nocturnal's a good album.
Yeah.
I got one that I think's perfect. The Call of the Wretched Seas by Ahab. Dude, Ahab's one of those bands that you turn on their albums and you just kind of let 11 hours of your day go by.
Dude, what about Cigarettes After Sex by Cigarettes After Sex?
Yeah, Self-Titled by Cigarettes After Sex is pretty banging.
I mean, their whole discography, it's like...
I don't know if
Just put it on while you're driving, and, I mean, you're in good shape.
I don't know. They're a band that I think has good music, but I couldn't listen to them all the time because I developed narcolepsy. Vicious Losers by Those Poor Bastards. Satan Is Watching by Those Poor Bastards. I have the eye from that album cover tattooed on both of my hands.
That is a good band. I don't know those albums, but yeah, that is a good band.
Regretfully Yours, Handsome Failure. And since we're on that, I think now is the best time to announce. So if you know me at all, you know I have spent a decade making music actively and inactively. I've quit, and I cycled through a lot of bands, a handful of stage names, and just trying to find my sound and what I wanted to do. Because, I started as a teenager, so you kind of work your way through shit. And then I was signed to a label under my name, and I was unhappy with my ability at that time, as well as production and trying to fit in, I guess. And then I put out the Trotsky Tradecraft records, and one of the records is called Handsome Failure, and that name sat with me for a while. It reminded me of Ugly Casanova. And I was like, you know what, I want to release some music under that name. And I released 2 albums and 2 EPs that I think were some of the best shit I ever did. It's still out on Bandcamp. That's the only place it's out at. And my abilities and talents have greatly improved. I quit making music after I released album December 5th of 2021, and just kind of focused on living and film and trying to function. I had a baby, and I was starting over everything in a new relationship, and I had a lot of trauma and shit to work through. I was battling with sobriety because I was using hallucinogens to get off of stimulants. I was a big Adderall guy, and then I went a little overboard on shit like salvia, and me and hallucinogens kind of had a hard break when I did Datura. When you get that far, you're kind of fucked. And so after I put out those records, which was a back catalog of shit that I wrote when I was actively practicing psilocybin shamanism, and trying to fight my rust coal mindset. Because I'm a deeply pessimistic and nihilistic person. I don't believe life has any meaning. I believe in sort of a amoral human function more so than anything else. And I would consider myself a profoundly miserable person. And I was trying to like battle through that as a person who's never really like experienced the feeling of empathy and always viewed that sort of thing as a personal weakness. I spent a lot of time trying to work through that, and I put out some really hard-hitting music, and then I quit. Sold my music gear, practiced like asceticism for a good while, and then like the only things I did after that was I did the Moses Valentine album that was meant to go with a movie I was making that I never was able to finish due to casting problems and dealing with having my apartment broken into multiple times. Sat in a dark place for a while. I recorded some shit, a whole album called Solenoid by I Have Headaches, which is a Zodiac Killer reference. It was like noise shit that I never put out. And then I did the Hyena Johnson shit where I put out I think 3 songs. And then I just faded into obscurity. Like I did some shit here and there, and me and Brandon have been working on some music shit. But I wanted to formally announce that since I have grown as a person and as a musician, both in capacity and skill, I started pursuing trying to make shit inspired by my favorite era of music, like 60s country music. And I didn't want to like reinvent what already existed or wear a costume of Ernest Tubb and just be like a gimmick artist. But I decided I am going to come back to music as H.F. Johnson, because the Vigo Johnson name is still tied up in the releases from the label, and I wouldn't feel right going back to Handsome Failure as an entirely new musician and a much more rounded person. So I'm currently finishing up a record of traditional style, 60s style country music under the name of H.F. Johnson that I will be putting out soon enough.
And that stands for Henry Ford Johnson.
It stands for Handsome Failure Johnson.
Oh.
Yeah. Stands for Hi-Fi Indie.
Stands for How Fucked Is Your Johnson?
Relatively. It bends a little bit. It's a little bendy. But I wanted to announce I am returning. Just like Brandon returned to the podcasting couch looking like Astro Boy.
Mine's so bendy. They call it the ink machine.
Fucking. Sometimes I feel like I need to like sign a fucking NDA just so I legally can't tell people how bad your puns are sometimes.
Well, it's too late by that.
Too late now. No NDAs.
What about most people would say Thriller by Michael Jackson, but I would say Bad by Michael Jackson. Thriller I don't care about. Like that whole album, it's whatever.
Floral Shop Macintosh Plus.
Yeah.
That's a perfect album.
Yeah. Yeah. If you're a stupid ass Vaporwave fan like we are.
Dude, I remember I found out about Vaporwave on Tumblr when I was like 12.
I found out about Vaporwave from some albino kid who had cancer.
That's the most aggressive thing.
That is the truth.
Perfect album. Sludge Fest, Chipmunks on 16 speed.
What?
Look it up. They took songs from the Chipmunks and slowed them down. It's like reverse nightcore. It's great.
So what is it, like the Chipmunks, but it sounds normal?
It sounds like the Chipmunks on heroin.
That's
Another perfect album. And another album I have a tattoo connected to.
Which tattoo?
Yeah, right. When the Kite String Pops, Acid Bath. Damn near every Tom Waits album.
Yeah, Tom Waits is good.
Specifically, though, Bone Machine is a perfect fucking album. I'm going out west where the wind blows tough.
We said The Big Dream, but I would say Crazy Clown Time.
'Cause Tony Faziosi used to date my mom. Oh, yeah, Crazy Clown Time.
Mm-hmm.
Susie!
I mean, that's the name of the album, too, isn't it?
Off completely. Yeah. And he gets so loud he spits.
And on the note of Vigo's sex life, we're going to wrap it up. You know the drill, www.doxbyfilms.com. And we will be rambling on the next episode, so you can listen to us become even more schizophrenic. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in.
If you're listening to the podcast, get drunk at Olive Garden and play this on a JBL flip speaker and send us a video.
Shout out to my future wife, Megan Kelly.
Shout out to Ridley Scott's Ripley Balls.